Yo, Midas, what's the word? Got him. Nope. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Nope. I'm not going. Nope. I low-key thought he was behind me like a big wall. I'm surprised when I stunned him. I don't know what it is, but when I stunned him, how come I did not blame him? I'm just confused. How's your Sunday going? Hold on. I don't need too loud. It was raining a little bit earlier, like drizzling, and then it's like a little, just snowing like a little bit. I don't know if he had Lightborn on, or I'm just missing the flash. I don't understand why. And like the whole time, the only reason why I got hit the first time, I'm thinking I'm blinding him, but I'm not. Oh well. I mean, if he down him, then we can just go next. Well, no. He's looking for that okay though. Yeah, somebody. Oh, okay. I don't know how they got off. Okay. Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. Playing a little DBD. I was trying to get a. I want to do like a discussion. I don't know. I want to do like a live discussion. I think you take the whole thing. Man. I want to do like a live discussion, but. I don't know. I'm still trying to get. I'm still trying to get like a PC. I'm still trying to get like all those things, but I'm close to healing him. Still on 5 games, by the way. Still put on Bond. I'd have probably done that with respect to 2. I've been able to respect the team better. It would have been perfect to have like self-care, but I don't have it. GG's. Is either he letting them woods all off, or somehow they're just getting up. What are the chances of us coming back there? What are the chances? Yeah, a game like this, we already lost. Okay, at least we got one game. Yeah, we definitely not making a comeback, but GG's. I don't really care. I mean, like, we gonna go on this I was gonna heal you, but if you don't do that, I didn't even know what he was coming from. I didn't even know what he was coming from. Alright, I'm gonna try to put on my. I would have been one-shotted either way. I would have been one-shotted. I was trying to like reset the thing. Right, that's what I was thinking. It's fine. I'm fine. You know what's so interesting about solo queues? It's like again, solo queue is very interesting to me because you have a lot of people who like I think they try really hard in the game and solo like survivors. Like fight the odds, like the biggest instance to try to fight the odds. So it's like when you don't have like for example like I can't deal on my own, right? I can't like self-care. I mean I could, but then I'm giving up like perks and stuff that I would need, you know, maybe these games would be efficient and safe, but it's just like that game, you didn't even. I mean, I wouldn't. It wasn't even like I wasn't trying to be. It was just like if we either don't know what we're doing or the killer is just doing whatever. It's almost again. It's not even anything I care. I mean, again, I'm DBD'd out in the sense where I care about if we're gonna win or lose the game because I know 8 to 9 times out of 10 we're gonna lose our matches because simple as matchmaking or just like poor communication or both. Like to be honest, it's kind of just like that. Nice. Like even if I bring like try hard perks, it don't matter. Like I've literally had like when I do like my solo queue build streak and stuff, I've had that. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like actually try. It didn't matter because you still had people that's just kind of gonna kind of go do their own thing. And I just think it's interesting, like when we try really hard and it just doesn't even really matter because we don't know who it is. I mean, I've said it before. Yeah, I just think, yeah, I know. It would be like a, in my opinion, like the thing about that, I just think, and I've always said this is just my opinion about the proximity chat. I just think like it's interesting to have because I just think it'd just be a lot of arguing. Because you got them people who are just not gonna do what they want. Like people are gonna do what they do regardless. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna just do what they do, like proximity chat or, you know what I mean. And then it's like imagine if you have like a bad chase. Imagine somebody just like being petty. You know what I mean? And they're just like, I don't know. Like survivors want you to try like the solo queue streak and you know, but it's just like you just know that you got teammates. And at the end of the day, like hey. That's why I just promote playing the way you want because it's just like it's pointless. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just promote like play the how you want because people are gonna play how they want. Like if you have like less expectations, it's not as bad. And people in the game is like really nasty how they are with like, oh you suck, you must have, you know. They really come at you like that. They don't care if you're new or whatever, you know what I mean? So though I think that like, yeah, you can say, hey, you know, do a gen. I think like just even having the indication kind of shows you just like, hey, it's kind of clear what you should be doing, but we're going to do what we do anyway because I just don't feel like listening to you. I think life is like a good. And then like I don't know, like then they took away my key ability too, which is interesting. They took away my key, like so. Um, I was wondering when they did like the update or something, like what happened with the key. They have a key on the game, right? You know the keys that you use, the skeleton key, the red one, the green, the the broken one, and the purple one. But they took away the ability for the prayer beats to actually work, which I think is interesting. Cause see now I can't even use that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try balance. I'm gonna try to see if I can work in an area where I can use my balance. I haven't used balance in a while. And I'm gonna probably use. I don't know. I haven't been stunning people lately, but we'll see. I'm just gonna hold on. I'm gonna try to use. You know what? I'm gonna use the extra med kit. Why not, right? And then I'm gonna use like a hatch offering. Like at a certain point, like for me, I just know I accept DBD for what it is. But I think like if you're just a competitor, you just want to have like a fair shot. Like listen, I've lost games where I was just like, man, that was a good game. Yeah, like win or lose. I was like, man, that was a good game, win or lose. You know what I mean? Trying to see where it's like a good area to use my balance at. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get them now. That's a killer name. Oh, there he is. He's right there. I'll take the first shot. Might be teleporting. I play DBD from a group team perspective. What do you mean by a group team perspective? Like, you mean like working together? Like, what do you mean? I am looking for it. And he got caught and immediately on hook. That's crazy. I'm looking for it, Jim. The balance is kind of bad because then you can't find immediately where to like jump off of anything. You gotta kind of like focus on finding the map so you have everything that you need. Yeah, like if the boys want to play PGA for a while, sure. And other than that, no. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, DBD is definitely fun with friends, man. I think that if you play with friends, like there's one girl I know, that I know at my job, she now is trying to play DBD, and I give her some info, what to expect when you jump on and play, and stuff like that. I think Killer is what she's gonna mostly, if she does play, she plays sometimes, she mostly plays COD, but I think if you play Killer, it's frustrating. Obviously, it's gonna be frustrating in the beginning, but like you know, when like a killer knows when they're like good at the game and they're playing against like a bunch of newbies. They kind of just know what that it's okay. It's gonna be a chill match because they know what they're doing on their own. You know what I mean? Most of the time, they're not going against try hard and good survivors, and then they end up winning. You know what I mean? A lot of times that's just not how it is. Like killers who know what they're doing, they know exactly like how to counter all the BS and stuff like that. But with Survivor, it's like you have like even if you know how to do everything, it doesn't matter. You still have to try to carry a whole team, and it's just not gonna really happen all the time. You know? And listen, like I said, you're not gonna skip all the time. It's not about that. I just think like with Survivor, you just wish it didn't feel so lopsided. You know what I mean? Like you wish it didn't feel so like man, like you just like last match was completely lopsided. The killer obviously knew what they was doing. I have teammates who don't know what they're doing or they don't care. There's this time you just wish it wasn't so lopsided. Like if we lose the game, okay, we lose with the right killer. The killer had teammates. The survivors had teammates that knew what they were doing. It's different. And then you have like a killer that just seemed like they got like 5,000 hours, and you have teammates that they got like 500 or 5 hours. Oh, okay, that's my bad. You know what? She was right behind me the whole time. Okay, I thought so much. You said you feel like the game is systematically designed for you to lose, so another person wants to. Yeah. Well, like I said, I've always say this. It's just a descriptor that this game is called Dead by Daylight. I understand some people don't understand or think that it should be just because it's called that. It shouldn't be that it's automatically made for killer, but it is. That's just how it is. Now people think I'm saying that you can't beat killers. That's the thing. I think in this community that just makes it really tough. I think you want spawn. Okay, I don't know. I think he got nowhere. He didn't chase me one time, so I'm gonna take off balance because I had literally no opportunity to use balance, but right here. This is the only time I had the opportunity to use balance right here. Like I have no. Yeah, like the game is made for killers to win, and I don't understand why people act as if like, or feel this cope that we built in this community where it's like they think that's not the case or something. Like I don't understand why that's like. Hard to understand. I'll go for the shot. It's all good. How did he run? I'll run by you. She's going back to get him. She might go back and get him. She might. Like that's the thing. Like to me, it's like it's pointless having. I don't mind having the discussions with people and stuff like that. People want to have like good debates and fair debates and stuff like that. And you know, but it's just like a bunch of attacks, ad hominem attacks that they'll do. And after watching like a lot of debate shows, I love watching like debates. I love learning about like debate tactics and styles. I realize that a lot of times people argue with their feelings and not logic. So, you know, a lot of times people will argue and be rude when they just don't like you, and they'll just be like, oh, well, this is why your channel is like this, or this is why no one watches you, because, like, people have said stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, even if that's, like, your thoughts on me, that's fine. But it's the fact that that's not even, like, the point of, like, our discussion. It's more about just understanding, like, you know, why is this, you know, is this and that, the third. That's what that means. It's not, I'm gonna make an attack on you because that's beside the point. It's just people get angry and they get so upset in this game. I don't understand why they get that upset. And it's not even just that. It's like people just choose not to watch that. It's like people, like if you go on DBD Reddit, man, I can go on there right now. If you go on, I can go on DBD Reddit right now. I'm about to actually do that. So this is why it's why I wish I had a PC, because I could be live streaming and then going to Reddit. If I was playing DVD and live streaming, I would be going to Reddit and doing what I'm doing. You know, but I'm gonna go to it right now. Let's go to. Just look at that, like the complaints, right? So, Survivor mains. Why do you have the urge to teabag? Only villains. Hold on. Okay, so I'm on Toxic Rage. I'm gonna go here. The one guy says, very few things is exhausting as P100. No, he says, very few things is exhausting. He says, look, I side he said, I side with Killer. Or with Killers on that. I don't teabag and I don't taunt at the end game. I leave. Yeah, because there's no, like, the only way people do it is just to be a dick. Right, and a lot of times, it's not even that Killer is even doing anything wrong. It's just a lot of times people just, it's like, aha, F you, I'm done with the game, I'm out, that's it. I think people, I used to always think that there was always like a logical reason why people are the way they are sometimes. Some people are just the way they are just because they just want to be. You know? Like, I just think that some people are like, I mean, or some people are just competitive, like a friendly, or some people, you don't know, it's not always meant to be toxic. Some people just taunt because they think it's like, hey, thank you, or whatever. Like, you know, when a Survivor is good, that Survivor give them a up and down thank you, hopping down, and stuff like that. But a lot of the times, I do think, especially at the exit gate, it's for that. It's to be toxic. I think it is for that. And you'll see that all the time. I think it is. I think it is for them to be a certain type of way. You say if you want the smoke and you teabag after a pallet slam, that's saying you want the smoke. That's fine, but then you encourage the killer to. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And look, I know for me, I'm guilty of it because I want the smoke. Like I want all of it. And when there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean? But see, I'm not one of those survivors that if I get camped afterwards or get beat on hook, that I act as if like I don't know what happened. Like that's the only thing I don't understand what survivors do. Because they'll be like, I don't understand like why is they playing so toxic, but then they're playing toxic. You know what I mean? That's the lack of accountability, the thing that I'm saying that people just do. Like if I'm gonna do that way, I play toxic. I don't care. Like you know what I mean? But it's like at least I'm honest about it. One thing about me, I shit talk, I trash talk. If I was playing EA 2K, I would be doing it with the proximity chat. I like it's funny as hell. It's funny. It's a competitive edge. It's just what I do, right? Oh, thank God. You know what? I mean, even though Xenomorph is annoying too, this is not that one guy. It's not that one that, forgot his name. But I just don't like when survivors act like they don't know where it's coming from. And windows can sort of act like Bond. Like you can sometimes see the chase where it is and you see a fire drop. That's another reason why windows is a tape. You can see with a chase there. Oh, just why the color drop. Oh, he's already right. People love being silent. They love being like, I don't know, like they're very silent. Like, now they're using a bunch of... I assume she's getting her, but I don't know. Are you getting her? Yeah, I'm a self-care. I see people self-care. I don't even get mad anymore because like I get it. I don't know if he's getting her off the hook or maybe she's camping it. Oh, she's just not getting it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, she had the opportunity to get her off the hook. And, like, what is she doing? Like, what is that two-legged chick doing? You feel me? Like, what is she doing? This is why, like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, solo queue is the way it is because you just simply, like... Oh, I actually don't have that. See, in these games like this where it's just like, I don't need to get upset anymore because it's like, solo queue is just what it is. Like, why didn't she get her off the hook the entire time? She literally, and mind you, it's not like she was being camped and she had Kindred and we all saw like she had Kindred. This person right here named O Runt is just doesn't want to help out and just doesn't want to give me out of the hook. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you this, like, you literally have teammates that would just be like, my only job is just to do dinner. You literally have teammates that be like, my only job is to just do dinner. So the entire time, I low-key thought, can you stop fucking moving? See, I don't understand that logic. Literally, I'm trying to heal you. And mind you, I'm doing the flap. I'm thinking that's the Tomb Raider girl. I forgot her name. I don't know her name. The Tomb Raider. I just call her Tomb Raider because of the lights. But I'm thinking like for some reason she's getting me off the. I'm thinking that was her. Like that person named O Runt. Their only job is to only do generators. And it's like I get the whole Jin Jackie thing, but their only job is I'm just gonna do Jins and that's it. I am not going to get you off the hook. I am not going to do. I'm not going to get you off the hook. That's their only job. And then what gets me is like if you don't get them off the hook right away, for like whatever reason, then they're mad at you. But it's like I don't understand why they just couldn't get you off the hook. And that's where like having this like oh I have like the argument of oh where you have the you guys like you survivors have the indicators to see where somebody is. You guys have comms all the time. Like when they do that, it's just bad faith because they know how solo queue works. Like I get that we. It's just bad faith. He said, of course, heading on Survivor is the more popular route. Salty Survivor just roll right off the tongue. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why people love Salty Survivors. People love Survivors that are mad, angry, because it's the side of killer that is like, this one's for us type shit. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Survivor mad now, ha, or they don't understand. Yeah, like I said, I understand that there's a lot of survivors who just either don't understand how DBD works, or they also just very entitled. I get that. But you got a lot of killers that are very entitled too. You know what I mean? Like, I think he might be coming this way. He might come this way. He might. Okay, I don't know if he's coming this way. He's gonna come through the last minute. I gotta see if he's gonna come through. Okay. Alright, then right now that Michaela needs to go get that. So I gotta finish this. I could try to go get that. Well, someone should, unless he's camping, right? Is he camping? Okay, well she's gonna go get it now. Yeah, to me, it's just I just think killers just have the same. I don't know if this gym is done already. Yeah, it's done. It should be done. See the light. I think it's done. Is this gen done or not? I don't understand. I think it's done, right? I think this is one of complete. Nope, they didn't even complete this one, so we pretty much already screwed already. Not even done yet. But yeah, it's like, and I know, it used to work, right? Didn't it used to, healing in the boom used to work back in the day? Oh, is that the thing now? Is this what kind of wall is this? I thought that was like a, I don't know. I thought he was gonna leak something else. I didn't know. I thought low key he was gonna follow me through here. I didn't think he was gonna go on the other side. He's got that gen though. It's just I think we through gen now, so now we're in a situation where it's like. Oh. Guess what I'm about to do? Self-kill like a mug. I am about to self-kill. I'm about to self-kill like a mug. And I don't care if somebody be, well, no, but you could be on the gen. Or first off, I'm Death Hook. I think Death Hook. It's just like if you play 2v8, you know how you can heal yourself at the very end because you've been hooked more than once or something like that. But yeah, no, I'm not about to keep on trying to. I think adrenaline would be a very good perk. I'm gonna try to get adrenaline. I think adrenaline would work. The only thing about adrenaline is it can be RNG too, because what if you don't make it to the very end? You know what I mean? Fight, here's me too. Okay, he's right there. He probably heard me and then said he's gonna go somewhere else. Okay. Alright, so they're all over there by the booms. They're trying to reset. I can try to help them out and reset, so we'll see. We'll see. Or I must just do this gen up here too. Shoot. Trying to set up this gym. I'm trying to set up this boom. Not boom. Whatever it is. Oh, I think he went that way, right? I'm gonna just try to knock off these gens. It is what it is. If I die, I'll die. But like, no one's on gens. Like, we gotta be on gens. This will go really well with Deja Vu. Just if all we do is heal all day, we're not gonna be anywhere anyway. So we gotta keep going. We gotta keep on gens. Only one person that's actually on the gen outside of me. This is a GG, fellas. This is a GG. I'm trying to go for the slugger. Alright. Why are you not healing? Why are you not healing? Why are you not healing? I don't understand, like, why are you not healing? Idiot, what are you doing? She literally wasn't even healing. I could have picked her up already. Now, why was she healing? Oh, I think we lost it. It got us. It never stands him up though. Okay, thank God it stood him up. Oh, he got his power now. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be hard. Either that or he was gonna try to hit me with his whip. It wouldn't even matter. He was gonna hit me with his whip. Oh, GG. The problem is the team was just focused on just straight killing, so we weren't gonna win that game. If I would have had balance, it would have been like that match would have been over because I've been able to. I would have been able to easily jump down and manipulate it where I would have jumped down and I would have been able to like run around. It would have been too easy. But they took away that a bit. Like you can still try to use map offerings, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. But we tried to heal too many times, and I think that was just like the problem. It's like we just but it was a close game. It was a close game, close match. So it was what it was. We weren't gonna. I just think that more times than not, we're not going to win the match, and it's like it's not like don't try to care. It's not it. I just think that people don't understand like it takes so much like for Killer can mess like. Killer literally can mess up. I've said this all the time. I think other people have said this too. Like, there's very little mistakes that killers can make, and they can still there's very little mistake that survivors need to make to win the game. But killers can make all the mistakes, and they can still come back with no way out. They can do so much to win the game. You know what I mean? They can do a whole lot to still win. But when it comes to Killer, it's like. It's not the same, you know. It's not the same. And maybe people just want to get better in chase or something. I don't know. Maybe people want to get better at like understanding, you know, macro play, certain perks. But I think that also too, just fun is. I don't know. I think people don't like to watch fun as much as they like to watch serious DVD gameplay. Because anytime you, like for example, if I try to do my locker build, it's like people just they want me to try, right? They're like, come on, just try to play for real. I don't care how serious I play. If I have a survivor that's not playing serious or they don't know what they're doing, I'm gonna lose the match. Like I don't think people understand. Like I can try all I want to, but if I have another player that's not gonna try or they don't know what they're doing, it's like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? And just after years, it's like years. It's just you just understand like what it is. Okay, I'm reading one post from Reddit. It says very few things as exhausting as being P100. It said not really a rage bait, but also not a calm post, more of a mellow anger. But this point is I'm a P100 unknown. I used to play unknown religiously. I loved them. I stopped playing them for Spirit, and now she's my P100 main. I rarely play unknown. Hold on, I'm finished reading. Let me just let me get tapped. What perks do I have for him? I'm just gonna get Nia because I just have something already, and then I'll worry about it later. They were saying something like basically I really play unknown now, so I'm not going to be good, of course, but some see the P100 and think that I'm supposed to be a god tier player. I'm a Spirit main now. Just because I have someone P100 doesn't mean I play them anymore, let alone am I good with them. So yeah, it's just the expectation. So basically the post is he has a P100 unknown, but he also plays with Spirit, but he hasn't played with unknown that much anymore or whatever, and people think that he's supposed to automatically be a god, and when he loses the game, and that's just people. I think people just in general, they do this thing. I just don't think that you're gonna be able to stop that. Like when P100 first came out, and I was, you know, I was just on the journey to that, just being an early P30, P100 or P Prestige 30. P50, you know, all that stuff, man. People just came for your neck. And you made any wrong move. You made any wrong play. Like, you made any wrong play. He's probably. I'm just gonna. I don't like this placement right here. That door. That's too dangerous. Cause you gotta think. We really have no way, especially with Lethal Pursuer. Like unless we go right here, they're boxed in. Those who doing that gen right up in there, they're boxed in. There's no other way to run. I don't know why they would put that there. I don't know why they would put that there. There's no other way for them to run to. Look, immediately she's hit. That was such a bad placement. I'm looking for a gen though. That's just like this expectation. That's why like playing this game is just like when I'm trying to make content damn exhausting. Because you just got people who just like, I don't know what it is. And then they get political too. Like, they'll get mad. Like, that's still who you voted for. Like if a killer is camping or something. Yeah, but I can tell who you voted for. I can tell who you, like you, I can tell you already. I can tell this. I mean, it's just really stupid. Stop it. I got it. I'm sorry. It was just like, it was rude. Like, people just get too serious. Like, don't take it personally outside with like what we're doing. It's just the game. You know. They just go follow me. I would win. I would win. I think he's looking for me. Yeah. The med kid's in here. I'm just gonna go away. So I gotta feel he's gonna come back. It might be a gym on the other side right now. So he has to break up in this wall. Like all this is boxed. This whole area is boxed. You gotta think if he comes in these doors, I'm cooking. I'm not gonna heal until I at least been down. I'm just gonna get some things away. I'm not gonna waste time healing. In my eyes, even if you have self-care, unless you've been like Death Hook or you teammate heals you, or you've been, you know what I mean? At least you haven't been hooked, you just knock out a game. Especially with the resilience value, I got so much I can use as far as like stuff like that. Not as strong as it used to be, though. I'll tell you that. No, you're good. You can go get it up there. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's gonna look for it. Damn, he's coming? Probably is, though. I think he's been up there, too. But yeah, being a P100, especially as a killer, I don't see how people even... The thing what gets me with killers is like people, I think, they just don't want to get trashed off. Like a killer, like Survivor, I think is pressure from the lobby. Like in the lobby, you're getting like from the lobby in the match to get your own teammates to actually lobby. If you make the wrong vote, if you make the wrong move, they're automatically going. I don't know. I kind of want to get back into the but I know how annoying it is to be on both sides. Right. P100 never appears to me. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, DVD is just, to me, I just jump on like at least for survivors. My recommendation for anyone is to jump in. If you play DVD, you don't feel like dealing with the stress at least. You don't want to go get sweaty teams. Maybe. Now, I don't mind healing after a game. I don't mind healing after a game. I'm not gonna heal unless I either been Death Hook or at least I completed gen. But I just think that, yeah, if you're gonna... Look how long this takes. God damn. I just think that with Survivor, I just think that it's easier just to jump back into Survivor and just you around. The problem is you're just also gonna get teammates who's just gonna stand back in. And they do not care about possibly getting banned. I don't know if they know or they don't care. I don't know how many times I've seen survivors out me out and keep opening, spam opening the lockers. I don't know how many times I've seen that happen to me all the single time. Like, I'm so serious. That stuff happens all the time. There should be a gen somewhere downstairs, right? But that's completed, so I can basically have that. It might be, you know, like if we don't get this gen that's over on that side of the wall, it's gonna be over with. Yeah, like it's gonna be over with. Like if we don't get that gen knocked out. And to me, P100 was just not like it was just something that I just wanted to do for my content to try to like hopefully get it, you know. And trust me, I got the attention, especially early on. Man, I got the attention. But the problem is just like then you get this target on your back. But hey, but the thing that I just feel bad for is the people who wanted to reach Prestige 100 and never. Cause dude, having that icon was such a flex in the beginning. To me, the appeal wore off later. Like I want to say later. Like even when they were showing the icons, you know what I mean? In the lobby, it wore off later. I'm looking for it. It should be. It just wore off later. But I just think that I just feel bad for those who wanted to reach P100 as Survivor. As Killer, you never was able to see it in the lobby until the in-game anyway, right? Alright, so that's done. FM, I'm just gonna go to the store. I think like people watch Solo Q. In my opinion, I think you can compare Solo Q to like Killer in a way if you playing Solo. Because to me, look at it like this, right? Killer by itself is like, okay, you're trying to win the game, right? It's like the odds are against you because it's 1v4. Even though I always make this comparison every single time, it's always been funny to me that Solo Q, like Killer versus like 4v1, the whole, oh, it's 4 survivors versus, it's 1 versus, you know, 4 people. But I've always said it's like one grown-ass man versus 4 fourth-graders, like in a fight. That's how strong Killer is. Now, it's different if you go against like a high MMR surviving team that just knows what they're doing. Something usually on the video. I don't know. So, but if you get a team that knows what they're doing, then it can seem like that one grown man versus 4 grown men. Like, I get it. But a lot of times, I mean, how many times are you literally, you know, going against a Swift team that knows what they're doing, or Solo Q team that knows what they're doing? You know what I mean? But Solo Q is the same thing too. When you're like one survivor that knows what you're doing, and then you're going against like a Killer and then 3 other survivors that don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So that's how I compare it. Solo Q is like Killer by himself, because it's like with Solo Q. Yeah, they're all your teammates, but they're not guaranteed to get good teams. You know? You're not guaranteed to get like good teammates that's gonna know what they're doing. But as Killer, you're by yourself, and it's like, you know, I know it seems weird because it's like, well, you naturally have 3 other teammates to help you in against Killer, but I mean, the kill rate shows you themselves that most of the time Killers are not losing. So a lot of times Killers complain about what's happening in the game, like the teabag thing, or the what's the name, but they won't tell you that they still got the 2K. They won't tell you that they still got the 2K and they won't lose the game. Bye! I I just called him with a little bit. Like you know what I mean? Like I just called him with a little bit. He should take that type of he should take that spin every 4 to 6 hours. Take that spin every 4 to 6 hours. You don't wanna overdose. Take that spin every 4 to 6 hours. 1v4 means nothing if the 4 people are weak. Yeah, exactly. Character and team is the fundamental. Exactly. And a lot of times people don't. I'm gonna tell you this. You know what's so crazy? I like that you said that and you understood that, right? Yeah, a little rather, right? Is that people don't see that as it's like a free for all, right? People really don't see that. They really don't see like sure. And the thing is like okay, on one hand you do have like obviously you do have teamwork and abilities, right? So we have to be charitable here, right? You have the teamwork and abilities to heal, to unhook, to help your teammate. You have the perks, bond, botany, to do what you need to do to help the teammate. So I mean, obviously we have to look at that one too, right? But at the same time, yeah, you can just decide to say, you know what, I'm not gonna help my teammate. I'm gonna go and escape. I'm not gonna go back for the. So it's like it's a choice. Like it's like you damn sometimes if you help if you help your teammate, you damn if you don't help your teammate. It's like it's a weird dynamic. You know what I mean? You said, oh, sometimes the 4 can become a team, but a team is still not a company. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that this is like this game is interesting because I've DBD has this unique game where it's a unique game where it's like yeah, it's 4v1. It's 4 survivors trying to escape. I see it as 4 survivors trying to escape. You don't know each other. We're not friends, but hey, we have to work together. It will behoove us to work together to complete a gen versus just saying let's not. It would behoove us to hey, I'm gonna take a hit for you because it's this crazy killer trying to attack us. But at the very end, there are sacrifices that must be made. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not always gonna be this. We all escaped at one time, and there's the hatch door. You know, you said you have 4 individuals who may or may not become a team, and then you have teams, good and bad, and then you have teams who are good and I think it you know what? No, I could actually see the whole thing because during my life I could actually see comments. Hold on, broadcast. Let me go to it. Sometimes you can okay. Sometimes your photo originally become good, and then you have things to be good. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. With solo queue is again there's this. I just want to remind people this game was never meant for survivors to be in a Swift. It was never meant for that. You know what I mean? It was never meant for that to be a thing. You said those are the 1% Swifts that killers like to pretend are all over the DBD lobbies. Yeah, exactly. Those are the anomalies, the exceptions to the rule, right? That's what that is. That's pretty much what that is, right? They show up like every yeah. And the thing is, when MMR worked, the killers could not handle that. Like when MMR was actually a thing. And I've done these things. I've done it all the time, bro. MMR was a thing before. It was actually a thing. It was literally a thing, and killers just did not like that because they were getting sweat. Because you know what they called it? They called it it's sweaty every game. They said the game is just too sweaty. But what does that mean? Does it mean because you're going against teams that just know how to? It ain't that. Or just gens getting completed faster because, well, you can catch those survivors if they're not that good, but they just gen jockeys, right? So you got the survivors who are just the gen jockeys. All they do is just knock out gens, and then they have proof die. They have, you know, deja vu. But are they good in chase? You know what I mean? You said running to them is about as likely as you or me running into Oz or Spook, etc. It can happen, exact. But see, here's the thing, bro. People just don't. They don't, and not even just in DVD. I just realized when I watch stuff and I start to understand stats and statistics, data and stuff like that, people will move the goalposts so much. They would love to. They bring up the exceptions to the rule. Like if I say 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna go against a sweaty lobby as Survivor, and if you are, they're probably gonna throw the match because a lot of times survivors do that. They throw the match. They're trying to do something fun or funny, or they're just trying to bully the killer type shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of times you're just trying to get the killers to understand the logic in that. But the problem happens is that they like to bring up the exceptional players. Like, well, what about Nightlight? Like, you know, these comp teams and stuff like that. Like, yeah, so how often are you running into Nightlight? Or players like that? Like, how often are you running into those players? And they just chilling on the gym, like as if it can't happen. Like he's not right here. Like they just literally just chilling. But and that's what makes the game just like debates. I like having debates and discussions. Like, listen, if people disagree with me, man, you ain't never heard me take any issues. Even when you and I every now and then have like different way of how you may see things. I don't fly out of handle and out of pocket because everybody have their own opinions, views. Stats are a thing, though. You know, exceptions and all that stuff. Like, the people have to understand the difference. But people get very personal. Like, they be like I don't know why they get to that point. And DBD is really that serious to them. Like, it's literally that serious to them, where they will get that upset. You know what I mean? They would get that upset, they would get that angry. That's just how they do it. You better come this way. I'll take a hit, but you better come this way. But yeah, like I said, things can happen and people just don't understand the difference. But I think that, but here's the thing. So like you said, right, they really run into those players. There was a time where Killer did run into those players. They did. There was a time where they did run into those players. They ran into those players a lot. But they just didn't have, they didn't like the competition. You know, the game was over with, or they just couldn't catch those survivors. Those survivors weren't easily fooled. You said, I know why, because, and I believe this, most killer names in this game, most, not all, except that people do was found. Yeah, it's that people don't like having the Is it? Yeah. Yeah. And now, I don't know, in my personal opinion, if it's because they suck at PvP games, or maybe this game is just very different, or maybe that could be it, as far as killer mains, right? I just don't like the, even if you're not that good at killer, or even if you're not that good at killer games, right? I just don't like that they just don't understand the logic of like, at the end of the day, most of the time you're not losing the game. Like, most of the time you're not losing. And that, you know, so if you lose the game, you lose the game. But most of the time you're not losing. Like, most of the killers that you see complain about stuff, they're not losing the match. Like, I can see if they were losing, but they're not losing. They're not losing. Like, the game that we have, we all escape, the numbers does not reflect that. And I don't like when people go off an eye test, where it's just simply like, oh, well, this is how I feel. You know? I just don't like that notion, oh, this is just how I feel, and this is just like what it is. And I'm trying to heal him, but I'm gonna do that. You're trying to chase him like he's an inmate that owe him comedy. You said, oh, they get it. They just don't want to understand it. They only really remember the times they lost bad. That's what they care about. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but it's like, yeah, it's like, that's the thing though, right? It's like they care about the things where it's like, I just don't think a lot of people do the stats. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people, like me, I look into the stats. I've looked into DVD so much, right? I look at the DVD so much, right? So many times. I played this game for so long, you know. and I've done the stats and the data and statistics and research so many times, man. And it's just like, no, so many times, I look at it like this, right? At the end of the day, I just look at it like this. Not everybody is the for years I have been doing the numbers. For years, right? For years I've looked into DVD. So I understand, like, not the common player is gonna look at the data and be like, well, hey, overall, and even though they know themselves personally, I'm saying, even though they know themselves, like you said no, they listen to the echo chamber, exactly, right? I understand, I agree with you on that. They listen to the echo chamber of, no, survivor's easy, killer's hard, survivor's easy, killer hard. You know what they do then? Like you say, the echo chamber. They go, and then they go, and like, for example, this killer who just DC'd, right? They just DC. Now, I don't know if they're a good killer or a bad killer in general. Maybe they're new. Let's just say for the sake of argument that they're new. What they'll do then is they'll go play, like, they'll have a frustrating game. You said, now that Legion is going to think that the game is survival. Right. Now, this is what this Legion could do, right? Now, they just gave up on themselves because they went up against somebody who just, I'm at every Legion, I'm going to try to mind game. But that's just my skill and mindset of this game I've been playing for a while. Right? The MMR is all screwed up and messed up. But you know what this Legion's probably gonna do? Probably gonna go to Reddit and see other people bitching about Killer and bitching about Survivor and how survivors are toxic. Even though I did no teabagging, all I did was just outplay them. I did no teabagging. I don't think we even got that many gens done. And yet they just gave up. The thing is that I'm not saying that they're going to then look at the data and say, well, this is how many times Survivor are escaping, and this is how many times a killer are killing. They're just going to go and look at their bad games, like a lot of people do, and then they're going to go over to Reddit and see other killers do the same shit, and say, you know what, these survivors are toxic, I gave up, this gen's going by too fast, survivors just know what they're doing, or whatever, I hate this game, and then they just quit. You get what I'm saying? That I know I used to be that, and then I started playing Survivor. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, is that all they're going to do is then go, okay, I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to look at other people like me. Most people aren't looking at least I think, most people aren't looking at the data and going, because you guys watch me and I do it, and there's other people I've watched like Ots and stuff like that, maybe Tofu and them. These are content creators and streamers who does it. But most people don't. And you know what they do? Even when they go against odds, even like, because a lot of times we look up and say, well, these people listen to their favorite killer streamers and stuff like that. And I like Ots because he's not bad faith. He keep it honest. He plays both sides. He keeps the game honest. He understands what it is. He knows how miserable solo queue is. Tofu knows how miserable solo queue is. And these are killer mains. But what you do is you still got people that want to be on that side of no, F Survivor. F them. Gens are completing too fast, even though I could just leave and not chase you. I'm just going to continue to chase you and then lose the game. And I'm just going to get frustrated, frazzled, and I'm just going to leave. That's how they pretty much do it. Oz is balanced, true talent is like a killer streamer. CM Winter is like a... I remember that name. I'm trying to see who is CM Winter. Like, who do they name? True talent, the thing about True Talent that I've noticed, and I don't watch much of True Talent. I don't watch much of any of them anymore, but I think they just, I think True Talent mostly focus, again, because if I ever debated either one of those, I don't think we would disagree much outside of the fact that they're looking at the 1% or the small percentage of players, and then they're focusing on, and I'm focusing on the general scope. Because when people do these exceptions, and they always bring up exceptions, it's almost like they're acting as if I'm disagreeing. And here's the thing. I got videos, people still watch them every now and then. I got videos all over of people knowing and seeing what I'm saying. Like, I've always had this balanced discussion. Spooks is believed to be a killer streamer, even though he isn't. He's more balanced. Right. CM Winter is the largest British streamer, I think. Last I heard, he's a Pigman. Oh, okay. And that's what I'm saying. It's like people, I don't think we disagree as much. I just think that people just always look at, but what about the small percentage of players? And you know what they do? Okay, it's like this. It's like you said. The problem with True is that I think he has to appeal to yeah. And I think he and some people are so stubborn to that. Like he seemed like he would be he's stubborn in a sense with his convictions on what he believes, and he's the perfect killer main for players who are angry and upset at survivors. He's the perfect streamer to watch because it seems like he validates all of that because he will always bring up because he's a high MMR killer, so he's not going against a lot of baby survivors. You got to think he's a high MMR, so he probably his matches is gonna be going against people with my kind of hours, his kind of hours, and I'm talking about his hours with the team, not my hours. But then I got somebody who got 8 hours, like they have a 8 hour shift, and that's their type of hours. He does this for a living. He can't afford to. Yeah. But that's my whole thing. But it's like, okay, like you know how girls do this thing, right? If I was to be like, okay, for example, right, like you know how girls like how guys say, hey, you know what? You want a guy that's 6 foot tall, that's like 14% of the man population, or populations in general, because like most women aren't tall as most men, right? So that's 14% of the population, right? Then you want a guy that's that make 100K a year. That's like what 17% of men in the world. That's not including this, whatever, right? And I'm going somewhere with this, right? So if I say, hey, this guy's basically and he has to be attractive, not married. So you want a 1% guy, right? You want a 1% guy, right? I'm telling you that this guy basically barely even exists, right? Barely exists. You know what females will say? Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna find him. That's basically what they do in this game. They bring up exceptions so many times that they'll be like, okay, we know that there are 1% survivor teams. We know that there are survivor teams that are really good at the game. And we're not saying that there aren't good survivors in general, but the survivors that y'all speak of, in general, who are consistently good and noted, they are the small minority compared to the majority. Oh, shoot. I would run. Unless he's coming down the stairs. You said this they do and more power to them. Good luck. Yeah, exactly, right? So my thing is that like, it's like again, when people bring up the exceptions to the rule and they lean on that for the argument, and most people, I'm just gonna tell you, bro. I'm telling you, like, once I started to understand things, I started to like, it's why I move so differently, like, even just, like, in reality, like, how I move out here in the streets and stuff like that, and just, like, as a man, working, paying my bills, working out almost every other day, every day, you know, it's like, good, like, I do what I handle my, I did not know somebody was gonna hurt, I did not do that. My bad. I just realized in DBD is no different, in real life. People lean on the exceptions just to prove a point, and it still don't matter because they're not proving your point. They do this in DBD all the time. They do this in DBD. They always want to prove a point. I think he's just gonna stand. Okay, he was able to get her. This is where you get these killers too. It's like you get these killers that are like really random. I got light. I'm gone, brother. I'm gone. He said the main thing I bring up is that the longest ever record survivor streak doesn't compare to the most. Yeah, exactly. It's not even close, dude. It's not even close. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, too. A lot of times, like, I'll watch Nightlight and them, like finish streak. I'll watch his his win streak, right, at Survivor. And dead ass, literally, I'm surprised that he hit. Dead ass, literally, he'll be having survivors in his lobby, like that in his chat, literally sniping him so that he can get people to like help him escape. Literally. Literally, that's what he does. So I'm not saying everyone does that, but you gotta understand, like a lot of times. Now, I've seen him and his friends who are really good at the game themselves use one perk. One perk. I'm talking about they just use one perk, and I'm talking about destroyed killers. But then it wasn't. It didn't take time. It didn't take time. It didn't take time for that to happen. I would run it. I would literally run it. So I'm not saying that them dudes couldn't do it. You want to hear me? I'm not saying them guys don't do it. But in like solo queue streaks, people use a lot of times. People use like their fans to help stream snipe the lobby, so that way they can get those people to help them escape and stuff like that. It's just what they do. But like you said, the win streaks, the kill streaks, it's not even close. But when they added the MMR and they had it where people were, going against actual survivor teams that are really good on their level, they couldn't handle that. They could not handle it. I'm telling you, they just could not. It was not a favorite. The longest record Swift streak was in, and it was like 73 or something. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it, man. I'm pretty sure. Like I say. Oh, you talking about solo? Oh, you said Swift. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see Swift doing it. I can see it. Swift really tried more times than not. I think they can. Classic double tap, right? And just understand this, right? Like, understand this, right? The devs do their best so much to listen to killers because they want killers to be happy that they created this killer. I'm not saying this killer is like the strongest killer, and it's just not that. It's just I look at them and, you know, if they're finding, I don't think I just want to look at the mechanics, right? Look at the mechanics of the killer now. This killer can do everything. Snap, running off boom, effortless. Can contest win without even moving. He's having a little hard time in this map because this map is not easy for him to see where survivors are. I mean, but like you see, I can just run circles around him because I mean, granted, if I'm caught and he just has to see me, but it's hard for him to double tap. It's hard for him to double tap easily unless he just has like a killer shot. It's like going to get like going against Nurse in this map would be nice too because Nurse needs a line of sight. She needs like a line of sight to be able to see where you are. So she needs to be able to see that. Like obviously he has barbecue and chili. He probably already got the gravity on. Why wouldn't you use barbecue and chili? Like why wouldn't you use that, right? So it's just like I said. To me, they created killers constantly to make sure. They created killers to make it where like I can't even dodge him if I wanted to. Right? He has to just hit me. He has to hit me, and that's a free hit. Like you get what I'm saying? And then killers will convince themselves that cause mind you, and I'm only bitching about this because they're saying this game is meant for survivor. When you say this game is survivor sided, you're saying this game is meant for survivors to win. Or is it meant for survivors to have fun? I don't understand. Like when they say this game is survivor sided, like what are you saying? Right? Are you saying this game is meant for survivors to have the edge to escape? I'm just trying to understand that. Mind you. They already have they already added 10 seconds to a gym. This is why I don't understand the logic. Why would they add 10 seconds to a gym? If killers bitch about gens go by too quickly, right? The gens go by too quickly, oh my god, this game is already over with. This game is so shit. This game is so this. Why did they add 10 seconds? Why are they nerfing food guys and nerfing these food making it where brand new parts? If it's meant for survivors to not have the, I don't understand why. This game is survivor sided at the highest level. Survivor is that, but see, this is what I'm saying, right? Because this is not true. This is already decided at the highest level. There is no counter play to like, yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? Let's just grant, right? Let's grant that at the highest level, right? Let's just grant that they're not, because the devs also said that the game is yeah. But let's just grant, Midas, that at the highest level, that was true. That at the highest level, they weren't just relying on Nightlight and a couple other survivors who are really good, or even, let's say the pool is a wider range of that, right? Let's just grant for the sake of argument that that is the case. At the end of the day, it's still not even close to being the majority. It's still not. That's what I'm saying. Like people do this thing where they have to reach. It's reaching. It's adding variables, moving the goalposts. It's making where it's like, if it was true at the very high level, you could counter nerfs. At the very high level, you can counter blight. You can counter all of these things, right? Because I think with nerfs, it's more about map dependency too. It's more about map dependency too. That's just what I think. I think with nerfs, if you have like a map that you could go against her and you knew what you were doing as survivor, you could actually do something against that. But you're still bringing up the small percentage of players. You're still bringing a small percentage of players. But you're still bringing that is nowhere near representing the entire player base. You say if you have to rely on minority to argue for the majority, you don't have. That's what I'm saying. They don't think about that. They just don't. People do that in general. Like they do that in real life too. People conflate possibility with probability. And if anybody who's ever known and watched my channel and been a part of my streams and always having these discussions, I'm never going off bad faith. There was a short period of time where I didn't understand the game, right? In the very beginning of DVD. But there were some things I argued that I still didn't understand, like, okay, well, why does this happen? Why does that happen? Why is this, why this? But now I understand what it is. Now I get what it is. You probably gonna understand this community, though. But people really conflate possibilities with probabilities. Like, you see how he can just he didn't even know he didn't even know it. Like the fact that they created a killer, right? The fact that they created a killer, that he doesn't have, that this killer doesn't, like they'll complain and say, bro, what is the AI doing? Like if the AI has been catching them and they're around, what is the AI doing? What is the, it's like, I promise you, my people are very entitled. That's how I talk about it. Very entitled, the way people's mindset is, they conflate possibility with probability. They think it is 1%. They have the mentality. They really believe it. Like if I say, okay, it's possible, I have a possibility. It's possible to go down to the casino tonight and not pay my rent. I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna try to put all my money on red or black or whatever. I don't gamble, so I don't know. But I'm gonna put all my money on this. It's possible I could win $10,000. It's possible I could win $1 million. I don't know, right? But is it probable? No. The probability is very low. So you have a lot of people who do that in the community. Yeah, but at the highest level, so basically what they do in this community, they ignore logic by only looking at the small percentage of players. So that means you don't matter. It's like how women do the dating pool. It's like, in general, they only, because of social media, they only look at the high status, the high percentage, the small percentage of guys who make the most money, the small percentage. And you can choose to look at whatever you want. Just like people can choose to be ignorant of DBD, they can play DBD however they want. You can choose how you do it. But when you look at the small percentage, or you own dating apps and you're going after the small percentage of guys, you can do whatever you want. But understand that at that, it's not going to make your odds easier to get. It's not going to make your odds any easier. So ignoring the majority of people, what? Like you just ignore the numbers, you ignore the majority of what's going on, that doesn't make sense. And the thing that really, this is what really gets me. And I'm going to end it here because I just want to do like a short stream. When people ignore the stats from the devs themselves, and I've literally had killers say to me, those aren't the real stats. The devs are hiding the actual stats. I stopped having debates. I stopped joining these Facebook groups. I stopped. When they say the devs themselves, not killer players, not group chats of people in the communities of DBD, when they have said that, as if the devs have some type of, because again, I'm trying to understand this. I can understand to a degree that devs are on the sides of killer more than survivor, because they don't want survivors to feel like they're being ignored, but they can't ignore killers because killer are the mascot to the game. It's called Dead by Daylight, right? That's just what I think. I'm not saying that they're making the stats shit for killers. I'm just saying that they were designed killers like the Knight, like the Skull Merchant. They were designing this stuff to make sure we need to raise kill rates. Like I said, most people don't do the research. These are average players. They just average pub players. They don't do the research to know that they have said they wanted years ago to raise the kill rates to be 60% win rate. Not we want to raise our player base by 60%, or we want survivors to escape 60%. We want killers to have a 60% kill rate. That means they want killers to win more times than lose. And the fact that they have said, no, that's not true. They're hiding the real stats. The real stats are, I just stop arguing with these idiots. And I would continue to make content if people watch and argue with me bad faith. I would think it's hilarious. But at the same time, man, people just want to argue just to complain, man. So, I don't know, man. But hey, that's going to be it for me right now, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and just watch some TikToks and just chill and eat me some. This one dude called me old because he said I like to eat rice cakes, and I do. Rice cakes is very good. Like the caramel one is good. It's what I like. I like the caramel rice cakes. But other than that, man, I'm about to just chill, man. I appreciate you just listening and coming through and hanging out, and whoever else watched and stuff like that. Please like and all that good stuff. I'll try to stream tomorrow. And if nothing else, have a blessed day, man. Stay safe and peace.